Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chaos Gym. It's Franco again. Today I'm going to be going over Vespiquen Eeveelutions. This deck is quite unique and different, I want to say. But first I do want to mention that traditional Vespiquen deck usually relies on having a lot of Pokemon in the discard pile until Revenge does a mass amount of damage or even potentially pull a one-shot knockout. This deck also gives you that option, but it also plays different cards which will gives you a different options and different perspective and different approach towards the game. And one of the reasons being that this deck plays all the three effect evolutions, and also plays Umbreon and Vespiquen GX as an attacker. So I thought it was a pretty neat and cool concept, so I figured I'll make a video and share with you guys. So I'll be going over the list right now. So let's start off with the Pokemons. We have four Energy Evolution Eevees. The reason is, for obvious reasons, you play the Eevelutions, all the Eevelutions minus Glaceon and Leafeon, so yeah. And here we play one Flareon for the fire effect, one Jolteon for the lightning effect, and one Vaporeon for the aqua effect. This will allows all your stage 1s to have these types, as long as you have them at play. So, considering there's Lurantis and Decidueye and cards like Vileplume, Flareon, the Flare effect will do very well against those cards, and Jolteon is strong against Shamans or Mega Rayquaza. Vaporeon will give you an edge towards Volcanion decks for the water weakness. And moving on, we have the Vespiquen and Umbreon GX as your main attackers. Umbreon GX, pretty straightforward. The Shadow Bullet is the strongest attack for Umbreon GX. The 90 to the active and 30 to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon is really strong. Adding that plus with the effects, hitting for weakness, it could go for 180, and even putting the 30 ahead of it to potential threat could be really strong. The 200 HP for being GX is really bulky and nice. The GX attack, the Dark Hole for discarding energy, can be a useful, nice addition to have it as an option. And moving with Vespiquen GX, same, another GX with 200 HP. Psybeam 30, defending Pokemon is confused, so your opponent having to deal with confusion could be annoying for one energy. Psychic, it does 60 plus 30 more for each energy your opponent's Pokemon have attached on the defending Pokemon, so it's very strong. I want to say usually you're hitting from somewhere in the range from 90 to even 150 realistically. And Divide GX is also a good GX attack. It works well with Umbreon GX. You can kind of like manipulate damage counters by putting different damage counters across the board, and eventually you can use Divide GX to pull a couple of cute knockouts as well. The fact that Vespiquen is Psychic type, it also has a good strong edge against Mega Mewtwo decks, hitting for weakness as well, so that's a nice addition into the deck. And also, of course, it's also a stage 1, so you get the benefit from the effect from other Eeveelutions as well. And then for draw purpose, we have two Shaman EX, very standard. Since you play low energies and few things, sometimes you have to go after it, so Shaman is standard consistency card. And then we have 3/3 Vespiquen. Because Vespiquen is also a stage 1, once again you get the benefit from the effect, also allowing you to hit for those 3 type of weakness. Vespiquen on its own, it's also a grass type, so if there's a Pokemon that is weak to grass, you can just simply go with Vespiquen and hit for weakness for a mass amount of damage. Eventually late game, you can try to go for a Revenge for a higher damage output. However, you only play 20 Pokemon, so it's not the most optimal way, but you kind of have to work around with the Eeveelutions first, and then eventually you can go with Vespiquen. Or you can simply just go full-on Eeveelution mode. Basically, just the deck itself gives you that option, and you choose which route you want to go based on the scenario situation you are in the board. So moving on to trainers, we have 3 Acrobikes. The Acrobikes is nice to go through your deck and milling through, and also discarding certain cards that you're not going to be using. Same with that, when you play Vespiquen, there are going to be certain evolution cards that you're not going to be using for specific matchups, so you can just have them discarded and you can feed off for the Revenge late game on. We have 2 level balls. The level ball is useful because early game you want to bench Most of your EVs, you want to bench your combis, and also the level balls allows you to search for the effect Eeveelutions, and also you can search for Vespiquen. So I figured it has more usage overall than other balls, I want to say, such as nest balls. Timer ball is pretty cool too, but I want to say if you want to try timer ball, you could try to do timer ball as well, but timer ball is a flip. So, and for the most part, I do want to say it's very crucial to have all your EVs and combis on board, so they're ready to evolve right away as well. So I decided to use level ball in this list. Now we have one professor letter, mainly because you played 3 trainers bell as well, so you can hit it. It has a nice synergy, and sometimes you want to fish out a specific energy for the energy evolution as well. So you have there for just consistency setup overall. And we have here one special charge, mainly because sometimes you have to discard a couple of DCEs early game, or sometimes your opponent plays like energy disruption cards and you get your DCEs discarded. And DC is kind of important in this deck, considering you need it for Vespiquen, and Umbreon and Espeon also relies on the DCEs as well. So one special charge thought it will be a nice recovery card for the energy. Here we have 2 Super Rod, mainly because you play 3 Eeveelutions from the effect, and sometimes you have to discard them early game, or sometimes the draws will put you like in an awkward spot where you have to discard your Super Rod early game. And let's say if they Lysander knock out one of your effect Eeveelutions, then you have no way to get your Pokemon back. So having 2 Super Rod will be like a nice consistent way to have your recovery. So for those purpose, I decided to put 2 Super Rod. Overall, also, like I said earlier, hitting a lot with Be Revenge, it's not really a primary strategy for the deck as well. So 2 Super Rod will be a very safe number, I figured. So there's 2 Super Rod for those reasons. 3 Trainers Mail for consistency, of course. 4 Ultra Balls, Shamans, and searching other Pokemons. 4 VA Seeker, standard. And we have 1 Parallel City for your opponent's counter stadium purpose. You can also discard your own Shamans, and you can also try to do your opponent's damage deductions for fire, grass, and water types. But overall, more than anything, it was meant for discarding Shamans and countering your opponent's stadium. You can also use it for like Mega Rayquaza decks or anything for their bench manipulation as well. So it's a nice option to have. And we have 2 Lysander, which is a standard support account. 2 N, 1 Professor Cookie. Once again, the damage output increase is nice, along with the 2 draw. It's very nice. It goes really well with Umbreon, Espeon, and even Vespiquen. So there's 1 Cookie for that reason. 4 Professor Sycamores, draw purpose, discarding is nice. A lot of times you have to go through your deck as well, so standard number. 4 DCs for obvious reason for the attacks, and we have 3 Dark and 3 Psychic Energy for basic energy for a split, just because Umbreon and Espeon, they're both good attackers, so I figured a split would be nice. You can mess around with your energy balance as well if you like one more than the other, but I figured a split would be nice, considering I play Professor Letter as well. So yeah, it's an interesting deck, and I kind of like it personally. It has a fun gimmick, and you can try to play around differently. So if you like it, feel free to build it and try it out. And last but not least, if you like the video, please hit a like. If you like to leave a comment, feel free to leave a comment. And if you like the content we do make, feel free to subscribe our channel and keep up with it for more content later on. So thank you very much, and stay tuned for more content later. So